Previously on Opportunity Knocks.
We're gonna have a financial coach. We lost everything. We lost our house, we lost both of our cars, we lost our son, all in the same year.
You're living with your parents.
Yes.
How'd you get to this point?
As a parent, you don't want your children to feel the pain, but we have no heating and we have no cooling. We've had no water.
How late are you on the mortgage payments?
We are in foreclosure.
Every day, millions of Americans must make the choice between rent and food. Opportunity Knocks has matched 3 expert coaches with 6 struggling families to give a personalized financial experience that even you can benefit from. Through this journey, we will see that the American dream is possible with the right advice. Will the obstacles they face prove to be too much for these 6 families? Or will the coaches help them open the door when opportunity knocks?
We've got to face what's going on right now, because the only thing that you have left besides your children is this place, and you may not be here long.
I'm worried about losing the ranch. I'm worried about losing this property.
You have a lot of financial hardship, which is causing you to lack basic necessities,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
You're not asking for luxury, you're asking for basic necessities.
Right.
We now are gonna take a step back, so I wanna ask you some financial questions.
Yes.
I saw you're renting out a couple, 2 or 3 units out there?
There's a total of 3. Yes.
3 units, okay.
I have 3 families here, very good tenants. Their units do need some TLC. However, the tenants have been good about, doing small repairs themselves, small cosmetics.
Talk to me about the cell phone tower,
Yes.
right? I wanna know what's that about and whether you get income from that as well.
It's a tower that I lease to a cell company, and it's been great because it's been helped me supplement my income.
Okay. What you're collecting from the cell tower, what you're collecting from the rents hasn't been enough to pay the mortgage because you're still in the red. So what am I missing?
My property taxes have increased 68%.
So when did that happen?
Just recent, just this
Okay.
year.
It is not fair for them to raise your property taxes 68%. And have you gone to the county treasurer's office to have a conversation about trying to reassess the property taxes?
I have not. I don't know. I don't know how.
Okay. You have to learn from this that you can't let things go as far as they've gone. We don't want to be in denial that nothing bad is going to happen. And I need you to acknowledge that there are certain things that you've done, or here in this situation, haven't done to get you to where you want to be. Everything that you need to be successful is just right now a lack of awareness of where resources are. And there are plenty of tools out there and people out there and organizations out there to help you, but you must ask for the help. Yes. And also, you're gonna do the work. Because what I wanna do here is I'm gonna teach you how to take care of yourself. I'm not gonna come in and do it for you, because if I leave and I go back to where I came from, I didn't make you better, I didn't make you stronger. Right? I want you to learn, and it's not complicated. We're gonna go online, you're gonna look through what's called the Opportunity Finder, you're gonna find a CDFI near your home. You're gonna go sit down with them, you're gonna talk to them about the situation that you're in, that you haven't made payments for 10 months. Those are critical factors that you need to let them know. Look, everything you've mentioned just sounds like you just want the American dream, right?
Right.
It's really within your reach.
Yeah. However, I'm not a U.S. citizen.
Are you willing to go back to work?
That's a really hard decision. When I was working, I personally always felt this conflict, this inner turmoil, because I do love my career, but I have an undeniable desire and pull to be there for the little moments with my kids. I didn't have that choice with Boston. He was in daycare, and now with Amy, our second, I've been able to be home with her since we've been living here. I'm seeing her learn to walk. I get to lay her down in the middle of the day and hold her and snuggle her. I get to see them learn and their eyes light up when we tell inside jokes. It was hard for us to adjust to losing dual income. And I realized that on paper, financially, it doesn't necessarily make a lot of sense. And so I still want to contribute, but contribute in a way that supports me being with the kids first and then finding other ways to use my skills. That's why I'm exploring group fitness. I would be employed by one gym or several gyms in the area, and a couple days a week I could go and teach a group fitness class. I know on some of the lower end it could be like $20 an hour, but then on the higher end you could make anywhere from like $45 to $50 an hour. I have an older sister who got into group fitness when she was a young mom. She's always telling me it's such a good mom job because it's very flexible. Daycare is provided at a lot of gyms.
I wouldn't give up on your master's degree so fast.
Basically preacher and teacher. So you guys are both folks who have a heart for people.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2020 is kind of like the story of our lives, because it seems like every time we're making the progress and ready to go forward, something comes and knocks us back to zero.
You have to start just making some shifts. It doesn't make you a bad person to take a salary. It doesn't make you any less faithful, any less noble, any less righteous to be able to sustain the church as a business, but also sustain the business of this household.
Right.
Because you have kids.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes as people of faith, we get it twisted. If I take a salary, I'm not a good person.
I've been fighting this battle for over 20 years. And you're right, we have kids, and my children are why I'm willing to do this. Because I know the pain of this path, and I don't want them to walk it.
Yeah, so that they don't repeat the cycle.
Yeah.
We get to break the cycle. Because besides your kids, you also have other people who are following you, and they're looking to you. So you got to clean it up so you can help them clean it up too.
Yeah.
What Patrice is saying is a hard truth to hear, but it's making a lot of sense. We can't continue to go down the road, because things will never change or things will never get better if we stay going down the same road we're traveling on.
So $2,500 on rent, car note, and 13 maxed out credit cards, plus money that we contribute to the church if the church doesn't give enough, because Charles told them, don't worry about it.
I like how you piece that together. Patrice has a big sister vibe. So do you always tell people off with this smile?
I do.
Okay. Like, mama done let y'all wild out for long enough. Now I'm here, let's get this in order. That kind of deal.
There is homework, because nothing comes without hard work.
Yes.
And I can tell you now, there's some work ahead, but I believe in you two.
Yes.
So you ready?
Yes.
Charles, you're taking notes?
I'm taking notes.
I don't know.
I'm putting you in there with my sermon, so I take it serious.
I love fitness.
Yeah.
I wouldn't give up on your master's degree so fast. We are just living in this new world of remote employment opportunities and flexible work opportunities. And people right now are just dying for qualified employees.
I have thought in the past kind of it's one or the other. I either need to go all or nothing into my career or all or nothing into staying home and rocking motherhood. But as Jean tells me about other options, you know, with remote work, it's giving me ideas.
So I think as homework,
Okay.
we're gonna do 2 things. First, I want you to look at this great tool. It's called the Opportunity Finder.
Okay.
All right? And you're gonna use it to try to find yourself a credit union. Often you can't qualify for a traditional, what they call a conforming mortgage, without 2 straight years of income. So when we talk about your work history, that's a concern, right? So I want to see if there's any wiggle room there, working with a VA loan. So sit down and talk to them. That's homework number 1.
Okay.
Also, when we're talking about real estate, I want you to start looking at real estate ads. Look at the prices. And then Lauren, I want you to go back to the Opportunity Finder and type in your skills, and it should direct you to some opportunities. I bet we can find something where you can work some hours, supplement the income, and we can get this moving along a little bit faster.
Okay.
I know I will have questions.
Questions are fine. You can. I'm here. You can text me. You can call me. I'm here to answer any questions.
Okay.
Thank you so much for coming. It gives us like motivation and energy.
It doesn't feel like homework in the traditional sense of, oh, I've got to do this assignment or something and I'm going to get a grade. Like, I'm excited to learn about this. I'm grateful to be pointed in a specific direction.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Jean.
Alrighty.
Okay, yeah, we'll just walk out over this way.
Thank you.
Everything you've mentioned just sounds like you just want the American dream, right? It's really within your reach.
Yeah. However, I'm not a U.S. citizen.
Are you a permanent resident?
I am, yes.
Or you're a green card holder?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
My mother is a U.S. citizen. And my father is, and all of my children.
So what's holding you back? I mean, if everybody in your family is, if your parents are, what's holding you back?
Well, the cost. The application fee alone is $725.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that alone, and then lawyers, whatever the lawyer costs, it's expensive.
I'm gonna tell you right now, that's not an obstacle for you to achieving the American dream. I'm looking at you straight in your eyes, right? You have everything you need right now to achieve the American dream. There are so many people who want to help.
Yeah.
But if you're putting on this front that everything's okay, but inside there's tremendous turmoil, that is not a way to live.
It is out of my comfort zone to ask for help. I feel so tangled up here, burdened with worry, that it is very difficult to put a plan of action together. It's almost impossible.
Courage.
Right.
Courage is doing the things that you know have to be done, even though you're afraid to do them. Okay? So I'm gonna give you a little bit of homework.
Okay.
We're gonna start off with the Opportunity Finder, and the Opportunity Finder is a tool that's gonna help you with these 3 things right now that I think that are important enough and urgent for you, right? The first thing is, it's gonna help you find your county tax assessor's office. We're gonna schedule an appointment and go down to the office, and you're gonna fight to reevaluate your assessment here because 68% is out of control. You're gonna go back to the Opportunity Finder and you're gonna search for the nearest CDFI.
What is a CDFI?
It is a community development financial institution that was put here to help individuals.
When Luis is telling me that a CDFI can help me save my ranch, I don't even have words to express, really, to be honest with you.
The last part of the homework is to go to the Opportunity Finder and find a nonprofit that is going to help you with the citizenship process. I want you to step out of your comfort zone. I want you to be brave. I want you to be fearless. I want you to have that courage that I had talked to you earlier about. I want you to find a place to show that art and start selling some of that artwork, okay?
Wow, that would be like a dream come true.
Lewis's advice is calming me. It just felt like a ton of bricks had been lifted off. It just felt so hopeful.
But that's your homework.
That
Okay.
homework, I just feel so relieved. It just feels lighter, like there's a plan, just structure, there's a plan of action and support.
Just fight the fear, fight the anxiety, and go for it, Patricia.
Thank you so much.
I believe in you, and we all believe in you, okay? And your artwork is gonna be a blessing to the world. So let's get going. That's your first goal, okay? That's your first step we're gonna do.
So here's the first thing that I think we need to get clarity around. It's how you guys can live a life of faith and service and be the givers that you want to be, but still make sure that your financial life is in order. Because I need you to have a little mental shift here about how you can be good givers, but also be good stewards of your personal finances.
Right.
Yes?
Yes.
I understand without any hesitation that my family does deserve more. And it's easy for me to say, my family deserves more. You'll never hear me say, I deserve more. I deserve more.
And the second thing I want you to do is go to the Opportunity Finder tool. You're gonna search for a CDFI, which is essentially a community development financial institution that is really focused on helping folks that have some disadvantaged backgrounds, right? So you have the high credit card debt, you really need to become homeowners and stop paying this high rent, and they can pair you with organizations right here in your local community that will get you started. So we need to get you on a budget. No more, I just go with the flow, right? We need to get you on a concrete budget so you're very aware of what your numbers are. We need to get a debt repayment plan going for these 13 credit cards. And then I want you guys to take some home buyer courses. Something that'll teach you all about the home buying process, because paying this high rent, honey, is not gonna work.
Well, this homework it's really good. It's challenging, but you know, I'm excited because I'm ready to be on the other side of where we are.
The reason that I love the Opportunity Finder tool is because back in the day when I was in these spaces, I literally thought I was by myself.
Right.
I didn't know who to ask for help. I didn't know where to get help. I didn't know help even existed. I suffered in silence. And I'm grateful because that's why I am who I am today and why I do what I do.
Right.
But in this day and time, you don't have to do this by yourself. We're gonna get this thing done.
Yes.
Y'all ready?
We ready. We ready.
Yeah.
All right, so I believe in you guys. You got this, okay?
Yes.
I'm excited. So next time I see you, you're gonna have like great updates
Yes.
for me.
I'm ready for you to help me with the Opportunity Finder here.
Okay.
All right, so we start by entering our zip code here or our city.
Okay.
And then there's different opportunity products, community support. Oh, and we can select them. Like if we're buying a house, I think that fits us. Jean gave us some homework to go on this tool that neither one of us knew even existed called the Opportunity Finder.
What are the different categories?
This is interesting. They have like eliminate credit card debt, mortgage assistance, rent assistance, student loans.
Let's just focus on buying a house. As I'm looking at the Opportunity Finder, I have in mind the homework that Jean has given us. So I'm looking for home buyer education, coaching, mortgage information, potential lenders, stuff like that. A big list of stuff comes up in our area, and it's all on this map, super easy to understand. And a lot of it is credit unions, actually, that happen to do both things.
Yeah.
It searches on the map, it pulls it up, sorts by distance. I'm gonna see if I can click on it and schedule an appointment. Oh, yeah, it says right here. Gives the hours, directions. We can schedule an appointment right here.
Do you need my help with anything up there?
No, Jared, everything on the website is really easy. I mean, I bet Boston could even do it if he wanted to. Okay, we've got an appointment.
Oh, awesome.
Homework is done, that part. Can I play, boys?
That was a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be.
Charles, you ready to go on the Opportunity Finder tool?
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
So we were supposed to looking for a CDFI in our area.
Okay, so we need to put in our zip code. All right, so then we select here. Oh, wow, look, there's one in our area. What is that? Which one is that? Pelican, okay.
Let's check it out. Well, as a perpetual student, I do love a good homework assignment. And Patrice did give us a couple of those.
Homework, homework, homework. Oh, wow, they offer some quizzes. Oh, okay, a home buyer's quiz. Let's take that.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, you will be required to provide how many years of tax returns to purchase a home?
2.
Okay, 2 years. Okay, let's see. Which mortgage loan requires no down payment? FHA?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, I think we're guessing on some of these. So as we're taking this home buyer's quiz, I have no clue what they're talking about. A 5-to-1 ARM interest rate does not fluctuate for the first. Ooh, this whole quiz is just really foreign to me. I don't know the language. I don't know what they're talking about with the percentage rates.
Let's go with 5.
I'm clicking, whatever he's telling me to say. Oh my goodness, are you ready for the results?
Let's see.
How do you think we did first?
Well, if it's less than 3 wrong, I know I did amazing. If it's more than 3, we got work to do.
You know what? I don't think we're gonna do too good on this. Okay, here it goes. Wow!
I told you I'm a genius.
We did really good. I'm surprised.
I'm surprised we got one answer wrong.
I'm surprised we got one answer wrong, but it's for a totally different reason.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Yeah. I'm really excited about that. At least we knew something. Well, you know what? It's not that we really knew the answers. We were kind of guessing.
That's why we haven't bought a house yet.
Right.
Yeah, we've been
And
guessing.
to be honest, half of the things they were talking about on these questions, I don't even know what that is. I was just guessing.
All right, let's book an appointment. You have to book an appointment.
Okay, book an appointment? So, we're serious about this, right? Oh, my goodness.
Let's see.
Okay, let's book it. Let's see.
I hope they give us a gift for such a high score. That's about all I'm ready for, is to show them I scored high.
Okay, let's see. Oh, all right, we got our appointment. Oh, wow. I can't believe we're doing this. This is pretty amazing. I need those home buyer classes because I don't have the slightest idea, really what it takes to buy a home.
All right, let's go pick up the kids then.
All right, let's go.
To find your own opportunities, please visit opportunityknocks.net. Next time on Opportunity Knocks.
How do we learn to monetize your creativity to have fun?
It's gonna start with you shifting your mindset and saying, I'm committed to this.
Yes.
Okay, so let's jump into some homework. I need you to know what it would take for you to be able to get off Section 8.
Could you earn more money teaching somewhere else?
Yes.
Would you think of that?
No.